Good day, podcast community. Pete Kane here, podcast Pete, community builder and podcaster. You know, your time matters. Life is precious. And you have to have a good strategy if you want to have an abundant life, bright future. You have to know how to make good choices with your time. We all have 24 hours. Lots of us work hard, but only a few know how to really take advantage of the new world. And the new world came real quick. So if you're working in that local sandbox, we call the zip code of your local area, and you got a great reputation, but you're invisible when somebody wants to find out more about you online, because that's where the opportunity lies. That's where the greatest demand lies. And I'm going to give you a couple ideas, 3 to be exact. And I want you to ponder these, because if you do take these ideas and run with them, your future will be brighter. You will be better. You'll manage your time of 24 hours every day better than most. And when you can do that, that's where the future gets bright. First, I want you to think growth mindset. Think of yourself as a person who's curious, a person that wants to learn, wants to grow themselves, because a growth mindset gives you the ways to get where you want to get. The minute we shut down our thoughts, ideas, we call it a fixed mindset, or Carol DeWitt made a famous book, Fixed Mindset, Growth versus Fixed. When you have that fixed mindset, you don't see what's possible. You don't open up yourself to learn, to grow. And that's critical in your journey. Because if you're just thinking, today, I just need a website, I just need a LinkedIn profile, I just need a post once every so often on Instagram, you're going to miss the greatest opportunity of our lifetime. And that's the demand that's possible if you have that growth mindset. Because if you bump into me and we have an interesting conversation and you ask me for my card because you want to go on a further journey, if you search and don't find anything worthwhile to continue the journey, it stops. It's gone. That opportunity is lost because you built curiosity and they wanted to know more. That's why the online demand, we call the global sandbox of demand, is the greatest opportunity of our lifetime. Because when you have 140 people that know, like, and trust you locally, and that's the average, give or take a few, that's a real small potential sandbox of demand. But when you look over here, let's just picture your local sandbox is here and your global sandbox is over to the right. That's where 5,000 to millions and even over a billion people. Let me give you an example. When Steve Jobs passed away a few years back, there was mourning, there was anxiety, there was all kinds of emotion that was stirred in the hearts and minds of hundreds of thousands and millions of people. Did they all know him? No, not personally. They knew him through his online journey. He had created products that changed people's lives. They had started with the iPod and they went up all the way. Next product, iPhone, iPad, Mac Advanced, iWatch, iPods, everything. And through that journey, people supported, and it became one of the biggest companies in the world because the demand was there. And they had limited supply. When Jobs came back, he went from, 50 products to like 5. He focused on delivering the best and didn't have all the rest of the products. So your attention, your quality is spread out over all these products. You can't deliver incredible results. So limit your supply and deliver the best possible whatever you do. And when you do that, people talk about you. People share it. They want to because it made such an impact. So when you have that growth mindset, you open up the possibilities to a brighter future for you and whatever you do. The second thing is understanding. Let me just put this up here. Understanding that we have a choice. Do we lean into activities and go to meetings and go to one-on-ones and go to coffee? And there's nothing wrong with connecting. We need it, but how much do we need? If you're part of, say, B&I, and it's been around for a while, and it was the only way for years to develop those relationships and referral partners. But that's before the world changed. Now it's global. You go to a B&I meeting, that's an activity. You do a one-on-one with a person in that group, that's an activity. You do activities within that take a lot of time. I heard one person say, it's like a part-time job. And if that's what you want, great. But also realize that your time is the critical thing. And when you can create assets like we're doing right now, like a podcast, like a book, like a workbook, like another video. Excuse me. Got a hair. You have assets grow. Assets grow. Create assets. Create them. They never go away. While you're sleeping, your assets are growing. Search my name. Search your name. You should see a gap because I've done so many podcasts, so many videos, have a book coming out, have a workbook, have all the assets that grow while I sleep. So let us be focusing into assets. Recognize the difference between assets and activities. It's okay to have that connection. We all need it. I go to Rotary Club on Thursday morning. It's a meeting. It's an activity, but it's a connection to people. Do I go every day to something? Do I try to be at every meeting? Do I try to spend 3-4 hours with my B&I people? No, because it's activity and your time is precious. We're only on this planet for a short period of time. You don't have unlimited time. You have to look at your life and be able to make good decisions on where you're spending your time. Because if you do, your whole calendar opens up. The freedom of being able to do what you love to do is precious because life is precious. And if you recognize having a growth mindset, the difference between activities and assets, and you invest in yourself, you will always be the best investment you could ever make. The only three things I do: I build communities, I podcast, and I a high performance coach. Those three things are what I focus on. Create assets, meet great people as my podcast guests, learn, grow, work on this growth mindset. Every podcast I have, I learn. Every one I do, I build a relationship. I know after I've had them on my podcast where I need to help them, where I need to support them, where I need to connect them. And I invest in coaching and have for 3.5 years. Always lean into a coach. If you can't afford one, then you get to a position where you can, because we pay attention to what we pay. There's plenty of free stuff out there, but free stuff will not give you the transformation that's possible. Can you figure out anything we do? Yes. Is it going to take you a lot longer? Oh, yes, because the world is changing. Our team, Trexa and Rolando, are AI trained. They are on your team should you decide to do some work with us. We'll help you move through faster, more strategic, build assets, create that growth mindset. And when you invest in yourself, you're making the best investment you will ever make in your life. So always think, create versus consume. The average American watches 4 hours of TV, doom scrolls 2.5 hours of either TikTok videos or videos. That's consuming. I want you to think creating. Create your life. Invest in yourself. Create assets, not activities, and have a growth mindset. Now, if you would like more, hold on here. Let me see if I can create something for you here. If you think you're at a point to consider what's possible, schedule a call right here, a global demand audit, so we can look at your business and look at the possibilities and give you some ideas to grow. And then when you're ready, if you're the right fit, because we only have a few spots to be able to deliver the best results, the best transformation, the best global demand strategy that you can ever have. And when you have that, you have speed, you have focus, and you have a bright future for yourself. If you want to join our global demand community at Skool, go to pking.me/Skool. And that's where you'll find people of impact that are helping each other grow. They're helping each other be accountable, part of a wonderful, beautiful, impactful community. And if you want to be a guest on my podcast and you not sure what it involves, book a clarity session. And you can go, oops, I just hit the wrong one. Go to this, scan this QR code, or go to, let me see if I can put another banner up on the page. Yes, go, oops, here we go. Go to pking.me/clarity. Clarity will help you see the future, because when you're focused, less noise, less distraction, you are having a bright future. So getting that clarity in a world that's noisy and very easy to distract us. If you feel that you've gotten some value, please subscribe or share this with somebody you think would be open to this kind of thinking. Your time is precious. We're only here a limited amount, so live with the biggest impact. Be bold,